Right, so my ideas, my plan, and bear in mind this, it's just my opinion. For St James's Park and the rebuild, one difficult area, which is the East Stand. Now, Lee covered this yesterday from Newcastle Fans TV, and the East Stand is 50 years old. And Lee said about basically pulling it down and restarting. And he also mentioned English heritage in his video, as well as Eddie H of Tyneside Life. He also mentioned it. Adam Pearson, he also mentioned it. So this is just my opinion. What I think they need to do with the East Stand is rebuild it and give it the opportunity of a second tier, which is going to bring more bums on seats at St James's, and which is good, positive news. Now, English Heritage, Newcastle City Council and the club will be speaking about this, and a feasibility study will take place with the end goal of doing the rebuild. Now, with these extra seats being put in, I'm thinking there's going to be extra executive boxes at St James's. And how far they move within the limitations, well, I don't know. But one thing which I would expect would be enough room so that there is a little bit of space for vehicles to park, and they might have to, or they might do like a glass facade over the top, so that there is still light. Or they could turn around, and what I would basically do is basically remove one side of that row of terraced buildings, and then brick by brick put them somewhere else. It is possible. I mean, they were talking about maybe likes of Beamish, which isn't far from Newcastle. But where this would happen is up to those in much higher positions. What I would like to see, as I've said a few times in my videos, the Chronicle mentioned different capacities. I think there was 60,000 in their pool, and the bottom one on the pool was 80,000. Now, the reason why I think it was 80,000 and not higher is because there is no football stadium in England allowed to be higher in capacity than Wembley Stadium. So there is a slight limitation there. But as I say, it would be absolutely brilliant news for not just the fans who would be immediately grabbing tickets, but for the local businesses, the shops. It would generate a lot more income for Newcastle City Council and everybody associated with it. And where the Gallowgate expansion is concerned, they could like pull the stadium by going up so that they are as close to the road which runs through Strawberry Place. And they've already mentioned with Sela, who is our front of shirt sponsor, unlike this NAF one, which is a Chinese gambling site. And as I say, with Strawberry Place, Sela is going to do like a fan zone there, which is going to be epic, you know. And the main point is we get more executive boxes at St James's Park so that more people, more businesses can basically rent their box, and that is going to move forward with transfers of future talent that will play on the pitch. And like I say, good times ahead. Now it may take, I think, up to 3 years, but we don't know. It's all way above us as fans. It's way above our head, and it is in the position right now of the club, Darren Eales and Mehrdad, Amanda, Jamie, and our chairman Yasser Al-Rumayyan to say to everybody, we want to have a fantastic match day experience. And if you think about it, right, inside St James's Park on match days where, you know, our flags do the display, if you look at all of the different football clubs in the Premier League, who else does what we do? In all truth and honesty, who else does that? You know, I mean, when we come to St James's Park, we show our love. You know, we're singing. It always starts in the east corner and then it revolves around. And when you've got like extra seats in the Gallowgate end and upper tier, and when you've got like the private boxes which they will put into the Gallowgate end, people are going to have an absolutely fantastic experience. And that fantastic experience is going to live with them for the rest of their lives. Now, I'll expand on this whole situation because, like I say, I wrote to the management of Newcastle United Football Club with 8-point plan, which included photo opportunities. It included past legends having their picture like painted on the outside of the stadium, but I went beyond that because at the end of the day, we've all got our own ideas of how we can make our club the best. And in the interview which His Excellency Yasser Al-Rumayyan said, his vision, and he's a very bright man, his vision was to make Newcastle United number one. They've got the money to do that. They've got the money to bring in any player they want. But this, this English tax is bonkers, But like I say, focusing in on the rebuild, I expect to see a bowl effect, which is like the East Stand to mirror the Barrack Road Stand, which I believe is called the Milburn Stand. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the Gallowgate to mirror the Leazes Stand, which is the Sir John Hall Stand. So moving forward, there's going to be a lot more people at St James's Park, and they're going to have a beautiful experience. Now, hopefully, on the days when they come to St James's Park for either a Premier League match, a FA Cup match, a Carabao Cup match, or a European football night, they're going to remember that forever. And it's not just going to be a one-off, it's going to be season after season after season. And that is epic. That's an epic vision. So thank you very much for asking the question. And this, what I'm doing in this video, this is just one single fan's opinion. I might be wrong. I hope I'm not. And like I say, with the Gallowgate, once they take that roof off, that hideous roof, it's going to open everything so that when people come to do videos, just like I'm doing, and everybody videos at St James's, you're going to see an absolutely magnificent display. War Flags are going to have to produce more displays, and it's going to be something which the TV cameras from Sky, etc., Amazon Prime, and everybody else who films, it's going to make that truly epic. And if it's truly epic like that, our season tickets, they're just going to keep on climbing, and to be a Newcastle United fan right now, it's onwards and upwards. So thank you very much. If you like my video, share it to your friends. There's more coming.